Nepo babies run Hollywood, but there are some who have been full-on rejected. Nepo baby, short for nepotism baby, is a term referring to celebs whose parents have succeeded in the same careers. The implication is that because their parents already had connections, the child was able to use those connections to build a successful career. First up, we have Dakota Johnson. Dakota is the daughter of Don Johnson, an actor and film producer, and Melanie Griffith, a famous actress. Although Dakota has had a successful acting career starring in films like 50 Shades of Grey and The Social Network, she has been involved in numerous controversies. But let's discuss her current one. Madame Web. Madame Web has been one of the worst rated movies of any Marvel associated movie, earning a whopping 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. The film's implosion comes after its star, Dakota Johnson, often appears notably disinterested and dismissive of the movie and the superhero genre in general during a promotional tour that some social media users described as unhinged. During an appearance on Magic FM earlier this week, Johnson revealed that she, quote, hadn't actually seen Madame Web. The actress added that she tends to sneak out the back door at her movie premieres and go have dinner. I probably won't. I don't know when I'll see it, Johnson said of Madame Web. Meanwhile, in an MTV interview, the host noted that there was a scene in the movie in which Johnson's character dies for 3 minutes. After Johnson appeared confused, the host asked, "Do you remember that?" "She does? I haven't seen the movie," Dakota says, but you could be right. Next up, we have Olivia Jade, the daughter of Full House star Lori Loughlin. She posed for rowing photos and acted like she didn't know what was happening. One Reddit user fumed. If you don't know the whole rowing controversy, let me quickly explain. In 2018, Olivia's parents tried to get her into USC, University of Southern California, as crew athletes, despite Olivia never actually being a rower. The parents were arrested in March 2019 and were accused by federal prosecutors of paying $500,000 to ensure that both their daughters, including Olivia, would be accepted to USC. Next up, we have Kendal Jenner. Born into the Kardashian family, Kendal has always known fame, but she has been involved in an insane amount of controversies. Remember the Pepsi commercial which depicted her resolving a racial protest by handing a police officer a can of Pepsi? Yeah, that one was bad. The commercial was immediately branded tone deaf and offensive, with Pepsi pulling it the next day. Kendal's ad for her new tequila brand is also being met with backlash after many felt it was cultural appropriation. Since announcing that she was entering the tequila business in 2021, Kendal launched her 818 tequila with an advertisement promoting the product. In the 818 ad, Jenner can be seen riding a horse through an agave farm in Mexico, wearing braided pigtails before cheersing her liquor with native farmers. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star is now facing criticism for the video, with many accusing her of appropriating Mexican culture. No, Miss Kendal, we do not ride in horses all the time. No, we do not wear our hair in braids all the time. No, workers do not get to drink the tequila. Also, that's not the way you drink it. Workers do not work with that kind of clothes. And finally, your advertisement is so whitewashed / California vibes. Jalisco is not California, so don't try to make it that way, said one Twitter user on a thread that has been liked over 25,000 times. Next up, we have Jaden Smith, son of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Jaden was a successful actor starring in The Karate Kid in 2010, but eventually took a long break from acting after performing in a horrible movie with his dad, a sci-fi movie called After Earth. Unfortunately, although it was highly anticipated, the film was a catastrophic flop. Not only did After Earth tank at the box office, but according to Reuters, the film earned 3 Golden Raspberry Award nominations in 2014 for the worst cinematic performances. Both Smith and his father, Will Smith, accepted awards of shame. Jaden won the Worst Actor Award, while Will accepted the Worst Supporting Actor Award. Together, they took home the grand prize for Worst Screen Combination. In his memoir, Will Smith expressed his remorse regarding the film. After Earth was an abysmal box office and critical failure, he wrote, and what was worse was that Jaden took the hit. Fans and the press were absolutely vicious. Jaden had faithfully done everything that I'd instructed him to do, and I had coached him into the worst public mauling he'd ever experienced. Next, we have Tom Hanks' son, Chet Hanks. Although he's the son of one of the most recognizable actors in the world, that hasn't stopped him from doing the following: threatening Howard Stern with physical violence, dropping the N-word repeatedly on Instagram, getting his parents sued for a car accident he allegedly caused, and getting addicted to substances and going to rehab. According to Chet, that last one was the reason for all the other stuff, which he revealed in a series of Instagram videos after completing his stint in rehab. He is also known to use an offensive Jamaican accent. In pure Tom Hanks fashion, he approached his black sheep son with the same gregarious nature with which he's built his entire career. He told Entertainment Tonight, quote, "As a parent, you love your kids unconditionally. You support them every step of the way. You got to applaud the bravery and honesty when it actually comes out of your own house." The good news, as of this video, Chet has been on the straight and narrow. He is sober and following in his parents' footsteps, pursuing an acting and music career. Next, we have Gigi Hadid, daughter of Real Housewives star Yolanda Hadid. Gigi made the headlines after drama between her and ex Zayn Malik from One Direction got publicly released a few years ago. 1 year after the former One Direction member welcomed daughter Kai with Gigi, he has been accused of harassing her mother, Yolanda. She cut herself off from all her friends every time they were together, the source said at the time. Gigi focused all her time and energy on Zayn, but it just got to be too much, the source says. 1 year later, Us Weekly broke the news in January 2020 that they were back on, and she gave birth to the first child that September. The twosome lived in Pennsylvania during Gigi's pregnancy amid the coronavirus pandemic, spending time with Yolanda and Gigi's siblings, Bella Hadid and Anwar Hadid. 2 months later, Zayn allegedly got physical with Yolanda during an incident on September 29, 2021. The details of the fight remained under wraps until a month later when TMZ published a report that claimed he, quote, struck the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum. Zayn defended himself through a lengthy Twitter statement. "As you all know, I am a private person, and I very much want to create a safe and private space for my daughter Kai to grow up in," he wrote at the time, implying that Gigi's mom, Yolanda, leaked the story. Next, let's discuss Rosie O'Donnell's daughter, Chelsea. Chelsea has thrown so much shade at her mom in the press that it would make even the most angelic moms angry. During an interview with the Daily Mail, Chelsea claimed Rosie smokes constantly, gorges on junk food, and is inattentive to her kids. Chelsea also claimed that she was, quote, pretty much raised by nannies. And that is not all. Chelsea said that she was heartbroken after being shipped off to 2 boarding schools, which resulted in 4 years of estrangement from her mother. After Chelsea finally returned to Rosie's home at 17 years old, they couldn't last a year living together before, according to Chelsea, Rosie kicked her out of the house. Rosie claimed that Chelsea went missing and even involved the police, but Chelsea told a different story. "Rosie had 2 of my bags packed with clothes. Literally 10 minutes after the police dropped me off at the house, I got in a car and I went to a friend's house." Yikes. This is a lot, I know, and at the heart of everything is Chelsea's alleged mental health issues. She hasn't denied struggling with depression and also anxiety, but she felt it was unfair that her mother made her issues public. As for Rosie O'Donnell's take on the entire ordeal, "My teenagers are a nightmare. They're horrible," she once quipped to a crowd. Next up, we have a Nepo baby who reportedly shoplifts. Rudy Giuliani's daughter, Caroline, was arrested for shoplifting about $100 worth of cosmetics from Sephora. For her crime, Caroline received the penalty of 1 day of community service. Not too bad, Caroline. Not too bad. Next up, we have Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter. Other than starring in the very controversial TV show last year, The Idol, with The Weeknd. She is known for her erratic behavior in public. A Reddit thread titled "Is Lily Rose Depp okay?" went viral recently, and some users shared their opinions on the Nepo star. I heard her new girlfriend is a regular user, and people speculated Lily is now partaking in those activities more regularly too. As a result, I have absolutely no proof of that though, I'm just relaying what I've heard. Hope she's alright, one user says. Another commented on her physical appearance, saying, "Eating issues can be a lifelong struggle with relapses. I speculate that she might have fallen back into one of these relapses. Hopefully she has a network of support to help her get to a better place." Lastly, we have Timothee Chalamet. Timothee's mom is a famous Broadway actor. Timothee posed alongside Zendaya on the Dune 2 red carpet in South Korea earlier last week. He donned a gray leather jumpsuit and pouted at the cameras. Zendaya matched the actor and donned a pink jumpsuit, but put her spin on it by wearing it off the shoulder and belted at the waist. But fans noticed Timothee seemed to look somber while posing and flocked to Reddit to discuss their thoughts. Someone scheduled a wellness check for Chalamet, one user said. Another saying, "Can we stop giving these people more attention? They're a bunch of talentless, greedy culture vultures who are helping destroy our planet." And before anybody comes after me, I've never been a Timmy fan. He's an overhyped mayo man in my opinion. Wow. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for another celeb vid.